Let's talk 504 plans / accommodation plans for celiac disease. My daughter is 5. She just started kindergarten. A little bit about me. I'm Angela. I've had celiac disease for almost a decade, and I have a daughter who just got diagnosed with celiac disease a couple months ago. I'm gonna start this off by saying that you don't need to have a 504 plan in place for your child if they have celiac disease, but it is highly recommended and encouraged that you do. And there, the main things that we highlighted were as follows. Number 1 was she does not eat any outside food. She's only allowed to eat food that was sent in by her parents or is in her safe little snack bin in her class. Part of her accommodations is that she has a little safe snack box in the classroom that has safe treats in there. If someone brings in like a birthday treat, she can just go to her gluten-free box, pick out a special treat, still have a special treat alongside the class, but also it's safe for her and she doesn't have to feel left out. Because she is 5, they do sometimes use Play-Doh at school, so there is a line item in her accommodation plan that states that if Play-Doh is used, that hands are washed immediately after, all the surfaces that it was on are cleaned up and safe. I have a love-hate relationship with Play-Doh. Like, I don't allow it in my house because I also have a 3-year-old and I just don't want that all over the surfaces and places in my house. But if your child does have celiac disease, they can definitely play with Play-Doh if they're of the age where they're not gonna try to eat it and they're knowledgeable enough to not touch their face and hands. I'm really nervous about this, but my daughter really was like, Mom, I want to play with Play-Doh at school. I don't want you to send me with the Wodo from Target. It's a different texture, I get it. She knows, I've talked to her in detail. I'm like, you don't touch your face. If you're gonna eat after, make sure your hands are washed, surfaces washed. So we do have that accommodation in there. I'm nervous, but I also know that the likelihood of getting gluten from that is not super high, but still something you gotta worry about with little kids because they touch everything in their mouths and faces. She has unlimited access to the bathroom in case she needs it. At that age, they pretty much have that already, but just wanted to make sure that was in the plan. Also, her absences are excused. So if she were to be glutened, her absences would be excused, wouldn't count against her attendance record. And also, like, teachers could and would provide like work for her to make up if she was gone. I know in kindergarten, like, there might not be work to make up. They don't really get a lot of homework or homework at all, but that's just in the accommodation plan in case that does arrive. My daughter hasn't been glutened since she was diagnosed. It was only a few months ago. We already know how to keep that managed at home. So I did put in the accommodation plan that what happens if she happens to accidentally get glutened at school, which would be a very rare occurrence, but not impossible. So we listed all the symptoms that she was experiencing before she got diagnosed, because again, we don't really know what her symptoms are when she's glutened. I'm just going based off of the symptoms she had before diagnosis, that she's supposed to go to the nurse, they're supposed to call us, and I come pick her up from school, and then we assess and go from there. The things that I put in there were a combination of things that I've looked up, things that I've talked to a lot of you about. So thank you if you helped me and like messaged me, emailed me about a 504 and accommodation plan, what you have in there for your child with celiac. Thank you. I really appreciate all your feedback. If you have any more questions about a 504 plan or disabilities or anything like that in regard to celiac disease, let me know in the comments below. Also, if there's any accommodations that you think I should have put in the 504, that I should amend and add to the 504, please let me know below as well, because this is all brand new to me. She's my first child, our first school experience, and I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right.